Hi, this is Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services and welcome to my Friday Business Finance Bulletin, my weekly roundup of news, tips, ideas and strategies on raising finance and dealing with banks. Well, what's been in the news this week? Well, it's really a hangover or catch-up from the budget in the UK last week. Now, obviously, the Chancellor wants to encourage UK banks to lend more money to businesses because the economy will only grow that way when businesses have access to the finance that they need. Now, one of the excuses, or should that be reasons? I'm not sure which, but one of the reasons or excuses that banks give that they can't lend as much money to businesses as they want to is that it costs them money. Now, the regulatory framework is such that banks have to set aside a certain amount of capital to match the loans that they're giving out to small businesses. Now, that's costly to them. So what the Chancellor is saying, well, I'll tell you what, to try and reduce the cost of capital that you have to allocate to businesses, what we're going to do is we're going to look at giving you a guarantee to secure you against an element of the losses that you may incur. So the idea is that it's going to make it cheaper and easier for banks to lend to small businesses. Now, it's likely that this kind of guarantee, which obviously will come at a cost to the banks, is more likely to appeal to the challenger banks, the like of Aldermore and Shawbrook. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes and to whether it does stimulate an increase in supply to business owners for the finance that they need. So on Thursday, I took part in a programme called Wales at Work, which was on BBC Radio Wales. This programme looked at access to finance and particularly alternative sources of finance. Now, joining me on the call was Adam Tavener, who's the chairman of alternativebusinessfunding.co.uk. I mentioned this site in the previous videos, and it's like a one-stop shop for business owners looking to be signposted to other peer-to-peer and crowdfunding sites. So the whole interview was around, say, crowdfunding, peer-to-peer, how it works and what are the opportunities. And I've got a clip of that radio interview, and I'll be putting that up on the site in the next day or so, and I'll email that link out. It's about 10 minutes long, and so if you want to listen into that, to what we talked about, say, watch that link when it comes out. So, what have we been up to? Well, it's been another busy week helping business owners. We've got a couple of commercial mortgages on the go. We're also helping some business owners access cash for invoice discounting facilities. We're sorting out a couple of growth finance loans for business owners looking for extra working capital. So a lot going on. And in fact, they even had an email on Wednesday night from somebody in the United States appealing if we could help them over there. Now, and so unfortunately, the Business Loan Services brand does not extend to the US. Well, yet, you never know, but it's good to see that we're getting our message out all over the world. So, what's my business tip for you this week? Well, as we know, one of the favourite words that many business owners are hearing from banks today is the word no. You get that letter or that phone call from the bank saying that they can't help you. Well, back in 2010, a business task force was put together to look at the whole issue of access to finance. And one of the recommendations of that task force was that banks were to put in a formal loan appeal process. So if you did have a decline from your bank, at least you had an option in which to go back to that bank and say, I want my request looked at again, but by somebody else. So it may be that you think the bank's misunderstood your request or just not got what your business is about. Now, that appeal process has been yielding some results. And about 10 months ago, a review was carried out, and it's an annual review, and so the next one will be due out over the next couple of months, found that on average 39% of the appeals were successfully overturned. So it means that nearly 40% of the appeals that went in actually ended up turning a no into a yes. So if you're in that situation where you think the bank has not understood your business correctly and you've been treated unfairly, here's what you need to do. Once you get the decline letter from your bank, you have 30 days in which to appeal. So how you do that is, and if you want to find out the process, go to the bank website and type in loan appeal process, or go to your favorite search engine, type in the name of your bank and loan appeal process, and then you should be taken to the appropriate page on your bank's website, which will list out how their appeal process works. So once you get into that process, then it's a case then is get escalated up and somebody looks at it. Now, obviously, you're going to have to really fight and present any other information that you can that will help to bolster your case. But, you know, with a 30-odd% or 30 to 40% success rate, that's worth doing. So check it out, the loan appeal process. If you're not aware of it, and many business owners aren't, then it's worth checking out. So there we are, the end of my Friday Finance Bulletin, and it's our 21st episode, so kind of a milestone. It's episode number 21. Who thought it would have gone on for this long, and really got into the swing of it. I'm really enjoying it. So anyway, I look forward to being with you again next Friday afternoon, and don't forget, if you've liked the video, please like it and share it amongst your colleagues in your social network, just to get the message out there that access to finance is easy once you know what to do. Okay, look forward to being with you again next Friday afternoon. Bye now.